Hello. Howdy. I hit buttons on the thing. I'm tired. I think it's cause I haven't had vitamin D in a few days. I also feel paler. That's probably just in my head, though. Um, yeah. I'm uh, uh I'm vibing. I'm gonna go ahead and take vitamins and meds. If you guys have either of those to take, I would recommend you do so now. I've still got B12 to take. So, even without the D. Though my doc recommended like a B spectrum or something. Oh yeah, my jury summons. I need to put in that I received that. Anyway, also gonna take my meds. I'll be taking them with a Lost and Found Energy root beer flavor. If you guys also have meds to take, I would recommend you do so now. Bleh. I just finished off playing a Clued. Very fun, like solitaire-like game. I got the full story last time, I think. Yeah, I got the full story yesterday when I played. God, these cards are so nicely designed. But it's like, ooh, it's the game that plays the world is the like mystical-esque tagline. The big part of the bit is like, oh, if you want to undo something, you focus on it, you play a Clued, and if you win and get the rules of the game right, then yeah, you can undo whatever you did. And it's pretty interesting. It's got the like meta ARG-ish elements in that when you finish a game, you can the like unlocks an artifact. Ooh. And you can read a document associated with that artifact and that hand that you played. Ah. But yeah. Notably, I do really like there's like a card that you are supposed to end up with on the top of every pile or whatever when you're done. Because instead of like normal solitaire, it's split into with the king and ace on the top and bottom, and you build into the middle from there. And the idea is the middle card is supposed to be a specific thing, and there are some coins on one bit of it that they move on their own to indicate whether or not you have the magic card or not. Yeah, this is a cool game. I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun puzzles. Oh, my friend Bexy has it on their wish list. Nice. Yeah, I just got the patience achievement this morning, which is getting every ending in the classic mode. And there's apparently some like higher difficulty variants that are the cardinals. So, yeah. I don't know if they still have the same rules as the original puzzles or what, but you know. If anyone plays it and goes through, my favorite one is Mr. Slab, the butcher. That's my favorite puzzle. It took a while to get, but once I did get it, it was pretty easy. And it was like a really fun moment of like, ah, that's what it is. Like I had a very aha moment with it. Really? Bleh. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and boot up the game. Sorry, I'm still sleepy. I had breakfast and everything. I'm just in a haze. Again, it's probably the lack of vitamin D. I've been trying to sit outside with my dog the last few days because he's been wanting to be outside more. So yeah. Because it's summer. It's summer and he likes to lie in the sun. Not usually for much more than like half an hour, but still. He's still ultimately a very, an indoor dog. Which is good, because he learned absolutely nothing from getting hit by a car early in life. He will go right out into the street. It's worrying. Also, the RimWorld mod pack that I have been getting into updated to include one of the extra mods that I usually add on my own. So, yeah. Because I play a variant that has the Empires mod installed. My own personal variant of that pack. And it turns into a kind of like empire management situation after a while, and I'm actually quite a fan of that. It also makes item acquisition easier. Not necessarily easy, but easier. It allows for a lot of faster progression in that sense. Which I'm into. A lot of times, even when I try to make a craftsman-focused colony, I end up leaning way too hard into plants. Just because, like, on an individual colony level, I like doing a lot of growing. So, you know. It's one of those, like, I would love to get in a situation wherein I can do a little bit more in the way of, like, you know, like having combat capability. But even when I'm trying to invest in it, like, I don't. I always get too distracted by plants and, like, food management and all that. It's like, no, I will have a fridge in every run and it will be stocked full. Guys are, like, building a lot. So, you know, it ends up being a bit rough to, like, get anything meaningfully crafted. So having settlements to do that kind of thing is very useful. As well as, like, regularly tithing all of the ridiculous number of materials that I need for all the building I do. Oh, I should have played Egalitarian Expansionists. Not what I did decide, which was Feudal Isolationists, with a big focus on being able to defend the colonies. Though I am playing with a special scenario that gives you a new Wanderer event every, like, 15 to 30 days. Which on the in-game calendar is, every month is 15 days. Which is, like, 4 new pawns a year. Which is an overwhelming number. And it's like I have to accept them, you know? That's the vibe. It's 2 to 4 pawns each year, specifically. It can be anywhere in that range. But it is like a guaranteed steady increase. And the idea is that it quickly gets overwhelming. So it makes me have to make a lot more careful choices with how I expand. which isn't going amazing because I am also having a lot of issues with various mythical creatures turning up and trying to kill everyone. Plus, I decided to accept in the Charmweaver from the fucking Charmweaver's quest. Who is regularly draining blood from all of my colonists. So there's always someone who's spending time recovering. And that's not like someone I can choose, you know? But I'm accepting all pawns, so... I've already hit a point where the numbers are getting rough. It's like, ooh, if I had a smaller settlement, my current food output would be fine. Does not help that I'm also playing tunnelers. And since I'm playing tunnelers, everyone will prefer to eat raw fungus over all of the meals that we're cooking. Because all of the meals we're cooking have surface veggies in them. They're like, ah, heresy. And I'm like, ah, food, eat. So everyone gets food poisoning all the time. It's a whole thing. The reason I've been playing a lot of Tunneler Colonies recently is because I installed the Stoneborn Cuisine. And I really like the foods from that. And the animals. The animals are cute. Rock bowls. As well as little cream grubs. I'm not making them sound cute by calling them cream grubs. The roach hens also don't have a particularly cute name or face. They don't look cute either. Not really. I mean, they do look cute to me. I think they're cute. But they are ultimately very large bugs. And they do drop insect meat when harvested, and their eggs are insect meat. They are not a creature you would want to cultivate unless your ideology is very into eating insect meat. Thankfully, that is an option for tunnelers. You can be like, yes, prefer fungus, prefer insect meat. We are in for the cave life, baby. So I've got like chickpeas growing on the surface. And I've started some farming under the mountain. And there's like that elevation mod where you can add extra floors to your colony. And I'm going to be using that to make dedicated gardening levels. You know, for the fungi and the bugs. Hey, Pyrite, you're incredibly correct. I love to watch a roach cock. Yes, that is what they're called. Roach cocks and roach hens. I love watching a roachcock run around in circles for a while. Their pathing is so messed up. I love them. I said roachcock and then realized that I don't think I actually said what they're called out loud. They're chicken bugs. And it's not weird that I have 80 roachcocks in my colony. The name is intentionally bad, too. I know it. I should retry doing a RimWorld stream. Last one didn't go great. Because, dissociation. Because construction started happening in the background, and my whole brain died. I have since, I think, deleted that world, too, because, at a certain point, I was so out of it and kept playing it for so long while being so out of it that I fully I was not a real creature. I didn't exist. Sorry, I have received messages. Oh, Ami's doing their last stream before they move. Because the internet's turning off tomorrow. Apparently. So, everyone keep your eyes out for Ami's live stream. Check that out. And I might decide to try and do more RimWorld today? But probably not, because, I have Morality coming up this weekend. And one of the notable things I want to do with that is I would like to, actually go in with a vaguely customized avatar. Probably just, like, a simple recolor retexture, but still. I picked out this really nice one. Azure? I have the link somewhere. But it's a flavor of Protogen. Wow, I had a lot of very interesting Discord conversations, huh? Sorry, I'm just learning about some of these DMs that I've had with people over the last night. Damn. Where's the Chibijin? There it is. There's the Chibijin. Turned out it was the wind vibrating the door. Hot damn. Pyrate gets tricked by the fucking Zephyrs. Yeah, it'd be like that. In the time you were gone, I talked about how the bugs I was referring to were called roachcocks and roach hens. Just in case you didn't hear that one. And I also talked about how I am planning on customizing an avatar for Ferality later today. And I was considering doing some more RimWorld today, but I will probably end up being too distracted by the avatar customization. No, I heard that. The roach cocks, that is. I'm glad you know about my roach cocks. Pyrite, nothing makes me happier than knowing that you know what a roach cock is. But yeah, they lay incredibly nutritious eggs. Which is one of those fun things that I don't see played around with in RimWorld all that often. Is you can make foods with higher or lower nutrient values than your standard like rice or whatever. Roachcock. It's it's such a bad pun. Hey, Digi. It's self-explanatory. It's an obvious name. It's also so silly. Alright, I'm gonna put this here just in case. It is low enough on the mountain that it will probably just result in me dying in the fog twice if I have problems here, but that's whatever. At least there is a vague possibility of a second chance in that circumstance. Yeah, and then I started talking about Ferality, how I am very excited to go, how people keep flirting with me in my Discord messages, and how I want to customize an avatar this year. And Digi's gonna help me do that. And I'm pointing a gun at Digi. This is, I mean, roachcock instead of cockroach. That feels like... That's something. That is some flavor of shitty joke. I don't know if it's a pun or it's something else, but... It is incredibly silly. I'm glad we agree on the silliness. I kind of want to hop over to... I'm gonna boot up RimWorld in the background. And when I die here, I will open up the RimWorld world and show you guys what my fucking roach cocks look like. But the game takes 15 minutes to load, so... If you notice any performance drops, that's the game. That's RimWorld in the background, making its presence felt. Thank you, Digi. I'm tapping my fingers together. But yeah, roachcocks, they are actually very cute. At least I think. Again, they do look like bugs. If you don't have the capacity to think bugs are cute, then you aren't going to think the roachcocks are cute. Mole roach. They're called mole roach. Sorry, I just... Oh god, oh no. Oh, it's doing weird shit to my mouse again. Okay, my mouse is now unbound from the peak window. Oh! Okay, that was almost very bad. But yeah, they're not just called roaches, they're called mole roaches. With mole roach cocks and mole roach hens. The reason they're called mole roaches is because they are... Yeah, my mouse has gained sentience. But they're called mole roaches because, they're burrowers. So unlike chickens, they will... You don't need to build them nest boxes because they make burrows, just kind of randomly wherever you pasture them. And those burrows are where they lay their eggs. They actually refuse to use player-placed nest boxes, which is a little annoying, but you can move the dens around, so it's fine. No, yeah, it's less of a pun now that I've remembered that they have actual names. Well, this isn't good. Wait, what? Guys, I'm way too alive right now. What? What happened? What did I hit that slowed my fall? Exceedingly alive. That's weird. Okay. Well, not to look a fucking gift mouth in the horse. Also, the rock bulls are very cute, because they look like if you crossed a bull and an armadillo. And I love them. They're technically also insects, but they have red meat proper instead of insect meat. So it's just, they make regular cow beef, basically. Meanwhile, mole roaches actually make insect meat and hard chitin. So if you want to... Mole roaches are a great way to have, like, an insect meat industry without having to, like, tame mega scarabs as Neolithic tribespeople. See, that's what should have happened earlier. Damn. Oh. Oh, I switched to my blank screen scene on accident. That's what happened instead of lighting the fairy lantern, is I switched to the blank screen. Okay. Where'd I die? If it's easily accessible, I access it. If it's not, I continue as I am. but I think I was just somewhere over here. Yeah, okay. I'll actually keep the fairy lantern on me. If you guys noticed, I went for the fairy lantern in an attempt to bring it out and turn it on before I died, and that didn't work out. So it might just be a better idea to have it in my hotbar as much as possible. Yeah, and both rock bulls and mulroaches can survive underground. Oof. Yeah, that happens. I hope our Discord chat made things better instead of worse. Yup, 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 that'll happen. Good. I like to think that I'm incredibly refreshing. I've also had ideas for customizing Azure and the Chibi Gen. I'm thinking slightly gothic look for the robot. I didn't actually show what they looked like on stream. I posted the fucking, sorry, my friends are attractive. What? Huh? I'm getting DMs. Let's see. Azure looks like... Oh, I can't just, like, copy the image. I have to, like, open it in a new tab first, and then... Oh, they're SVG files! No. Oh, okay. They're trying to make it so you can't right-click save it by putting a, like, SVG watermark on top of it. Anyway. Show left display. Game capture, turn off. And I'm not showing anyone's private pictures. Okay, cool. This is the Chibi Gen. And this is Azure. Pyrite, I feel like you would like Azure a lot. Azure surprisingly has mommy vibes. It's not what I thought I would be going for. How many tabs do you need open? Couple. Couple tabs. I can only imagine the dawning horror on your face as you realize that I have windows which are separately categorized into different topics. This is my Pathfinder window. I am coincidentally also using it for live streaming and virality stuff, just as like a side thing, because it's what was open. And I have this Pathfinder window, and I have a different Pathfinder window for my world building information, as opposed to this one, which is mostly looking up rules for character creation. And I have my entertainment window, which you didn't actually see when I scrolled through, which has like 8 different YouTube videos queued up. And I've got my vintage story window and my German colleges window, which but yeah, no. I'm liking Azure. I'm liking Chibijin. I'm gonna be customizing them. I want to go for a black and red kind of gothic look. Is my thought. And if I can unify them both to that aesthetic, so it's like two. It'd be like that. So it's the big version and the little version. And they're both similarly like black and red is the thought. But like a different color black to like the outfit here. I'm thinking like a more gray black than like a leather black, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'll show off the result whenever the avatar customization is done, probably over on my streaming Discord, so find me there. Ah, shoot. Okay, this looks like a bad idea. That is because going there would be a bad idea, which is why I didn't do it. Heart spam. Yeah, no, I have a normal amount of tabs. The only thing that my brain doesn't like is if I have so many tabs in one window that I can't, like, read what they are at a glance. Which is why my Pathfinder stuff had to be divided into 2 windows. One for world building and one for, like, character building. I'll throw that over there. Let's go see where that ended up. Nowhere special, sadly. Yeah, my hope is I turn up deferality, I have a unified aesthetic. Everyone looks at my avatar and goes, damn, I want to fuck them. Heart spam. I want to be the most fuckable bitch at the furry convention. And that's hard to do, by the way. Furry conventions are very fuckable locales. This is true. Here's the thing. Not necessarily looking to be a slut at the furry convention is the thing. So fuckable might be the wrong terminology to use. Because it's one of those things of, like, you know, able to be fucked versus, like, people wanting to fuck you, you know? It's not much of a personal association either. I'm unifying some aesthetics. I'm going for some personal stuff. It's more that I like a nice, like, dusky tones, alongside, wanting to match some stuff. Let me DM you real quick, Pyrite. Yeah. I could do black and pink. That would also be good. Yeah, I don't know how gothic I really am, as opposed to just, like, preferring to wear black. But, you know. We shall see. We shall see how things turn out. Again, I say black-red, but it is more... No, yeah, when I pick a color scheme, I tend to go white-gold. Just because I like to be represented by that on, like, a factional level, typically. But, like, clearly on an individual level, I like pink quite a bit. I like pink a whole lot, but when I'm, like, looking at structures and, like, designing outfit concepts, I want the things I design to be that opulent white gold. And then I walk in an anachronistic fucking bubblegum pink with a little bit of cyberpunk in there. Bubblegum pink with, like, circuit board patterns on my shit. Because that's how I like to look, as opposed to, like, how I like my environment to look, if that makes any sense. Because I like a lot of bold geometric forms in terms of, like, architecture and, you know, designing, like, weapons or spaceships or whatever. And then we get into, like, what would you actually wear? And it's entirely different. So it's like I'm playing RimWorld, I put my faction together, and it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm doing a white and gold design here. So it's like all of this nice white armor with golden accents all over it. Um, and then it's like, okay, now make a character that represents you, and it's a fucking like, as opposed to the medieval white gold faction I've created a hot pink mechanator. It's like there's something. But yeah, big difference between my personal style and my design aesthetics. Like, I've created a signature aesthetic, which I do really like. I don't mean to imply that I don't. Of this, like, white and gold, or brass and, like, wood. You know, a lot of that. But it's not me, you know? It's like a form of presentation more than anything. I hope that makes sense, because I'm kind of spitballing here. I do like the idea of some solid black and pink cybergoth. I might go black and pink instead of black and red. Black and red was like the edgy design aesthetic that I know I can find reference for. If I can find black and pink cybergoth, I'm gonna need to go with that. I've just realized that my OBS window is not maximized. I'm going to commit a crime. None of you get to know what that crime is. Okay, turning the game to normal full screen instead of windowed full screen has solved my mouse issue for now. It's got to.